Welcome to CryptoCoins, where we review the best coins for you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at WLFI, which is a really interesting project that has connections to Trump. A very polarizing figure, but one who really makes the needle move one way or the other whenever it comes to all economies, basically. So something to keep an eye on. We're going to take a look at it, just get a feel for what's going on with it. But before we get into any of that, just a reminder that I am not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, simply a geek on the internet here to bring you different forms of entertainment. Make sure that you are always doing your own due diligence and doing your own research. That said, we are going to jump into today's video. So we are looking at WLFI, also known as World Liberty Financial, where DeFi meets TradFi, bridging legacy finance and the open economy with purpose-built on-chain products. So this one's been a really interesting story. If you just go look up WLFI Crypto, if you Google it, you'll see a bunch of news stories in connection with it. Trump-linked WLFI continues to cost whales millions, even after a 47 million token burn. Economists warn that Trump's family's $5 billion crypto empire could trigger grifter bailout. WLFI jumps 8%. Just all kinds of stuff that are going on in regards to it. And it's no real surprise whenever you see something linked to Trump, even just economies, just reacting to his words and to tariffs and stuff of that nature. You see all kinds of stuff in regards to the reactionary buying and spending and things of that nature whenever it comes to Trump. So whenever there's a crypto that's linked to him, it's no surprise that there's a lot of, buzz around it, obviously. And from the X or Twitter profile alone, you can tell like 766,000 followers. There's quite a lot of people following this, and quite a lot of people are checking it out. USD1 is just the beginning. What is USD1? Well, it's their coin that they are bringing to the forefront, aiming to be not necessarily, I don't think it's aiming to be a replacement, but it's backed by the US dollar, very much the way Tether is, but this is more of a direct link to the US dollar. And we're going to kind of go through their website and just kind of check some of it out. So they are trying to make, build these giant partnerships with Binance, with Bybit, with BitGet, BitGo, Chainlink. So it is, making all the right moves, at least. Also, if you go through their posts over on X and Twitter, you can see it was locked before, but then you can now move your WLFI into the lockbox and begins the unlock process. But they had locked away it, and they made it so that it wasn't necessarily tradable for a while, but they had the community spoke and we listened. Thank you for your governance vote. So they do have governance voting, and WLFI is now tradable across Ethereum, Binance Chain, and Solana. So they have made it where you can bridge across and trade on those different blockchains. Stuff you would want to see from any crypto. Honestly, their products right now, that it's only the USD1, which is a US dollar stable coin upgraded for a new era of finance, stable, secure, and transparent by design. So that's the main first thing that they brought, but they are planning to bring an app where you'll be able to deposit crypto via your wallet or bank account, spend by accessing your liquidity at any time. And then also, interestingly, you have lend and borrow, supply digital assets and borrow against your holdings, monitor risk easily with a real-time health factor. So that's going to be something kind of interesting that they're bringing, but it is community governed. WLFI token holders are the ones that are able to steer the future of the platform by proposing, reviewing, and voting. Democratizing the finances of WLFI. I mean, that's what a lot of people get into crypto for. A lot of people enjoy that and want that out of their crypto. We'll take just a little bit more of a look at USD1 real quick. The dollar upgraded. Digital dollar stablecoins that are accepted both on-chain and in the real world. It's still the US dollar, but for a new era. Stable and fully backed, USD1 is redeemable 1-for-1 for the US dollar. USD1 is backed by dollars and US government money market funds, multi-chain, supported across multiple chains, built for businesses. USD1 is broadly available to institutions, individuals, and DeFi participants. Widely available, it settles on chain in seconds, worldwide, anytime, 24/7. Reduced costs, making accessible global payments, and transparent reserves, fully transparent with monthly attestation reports. So yeah, got USD1. Let's get things moving. If you're already a USD1 holder, you can take advantage of the native tools to bridge or exchange your tokens. Bridge and the exchanging hasn't come yet, so that's something to notice, but you can bridge across different networks already. But here's the things that they're claiming to solve: cross-border payments. And my thoughts on this is you already have different crypto that you're able to do this with. However, you know, if it truly is going to have the backing of the US dollar, you know, it might make it more beneficial for a lot of people. Global dollar access brings secure and reliable digital dollar stable coins to users around the globe. Again, that's the whole purpose of crypto. DeFi and capital markets leverage USD1 for lending, borrowing, and digital asset trading. Again, this is, you know, you would just hope this for any crypto. So I don't know. The only real thing that really makes it interesting for me personally is just its backing by the US dollar makes it probably a decent stable coin, or at least eventually it will be if it's not already. And then outside of that, it's how much is our government going to lean into this, like as a US citizen. I'm curious if they're going to try and use it as a way to replace our current US dollar with something, and that sounds crazy to say, but potentially they could. That, or maybe generate a second ecosystem, like a second economy that operates independently within the US. Outside of that, could we eventually see people getting paid in something like USD1, you know, for the work they do on just a regular job? Like, could they split your paycheck between two different things? Is it going to be taxed differently if you do? Because then there's not the actual cost of making the paper money, but then you have the cost of the operating power and operations in order to utilize the digital assets. So it's like, I'm interested to see where it goes more, not from the idea of, oh, this is a crazy good crypto, but more from the what's going to happen on the political and government side of this. I think is where my interest and my intrigue really is, and that's why I will continue watching it. I don't really have anything else to say on this one. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on USD1 especially, but WLFI overall, down in the comments below. You know, we'll have a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself, and I highly encourage that you do. Go ahead and check out everything you can, but that's all I really have for this one. It's an interesting one. Take care. Peace.